Let's get to debug and know what the error is here. Okay. All right, so if we look closely at the terminal here, we can see that our error is coming from line 6 in home view. So this is where our error is coming from. All right, and this is what we have. Okay, so it's saying that we don't have anything like this there, and we'll go back to the admin to confirm if actually we have any book published in the year 2023. So we can actually see that we don't have any book published in the year 2023, and that is why Django is throwing an error for us. So we would have to go and adjust what we have here and simply put this, okay, and then go back to refresh and see what happens. Okay, so we're not passing any variable yet, but simply because there was a mistake in what we were doing, what we had didn't run. And then we can also see that our logic worked because the book author actually exists, and because the book author exists, Django was able to run what we have in this block of code here, and we can actually see everything output here like a magic. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pass in those database values we have here and actually run a for loop and see what we'll have. All right, so we can use for loops here to replicate actions we don't want to include, or we don't want to hard code multiple times. So let's say you're trying to populate a table from the database and you don't want to continue writing the whole tr td, you can actually use a for loop, and it replicates and prints out everything we have in the database accordingly. Okay, so we're going to pass in the variable we have here. So let's try to make some pretty decent words here. So I am okay, let's say this is a bookstore, so we available books. Okay, so let me also get all the books we have in our database and pass them in also as a context. So I'm going to name this all books, and it's going to be bookstore objects all. Okay, so now we're also going to pass it in here. Sorry, I just want this to be readable and clear to everybody. So this is it. Next stuff we're going to pass here are all books, sorry, and all books. Okay, so now when someone comes to our site, we are going to have a list of all the books we have on the site, and we're going to pass them in as variables, and this is going to be sorry, all books. Okay, and we're also going to get, okay, so now let's use a for loop to get the list of their various authors, so we'll have for author in book author. Okay, okay, let's also end our block of code here as well, and for, okay, so now we're going to come in, tab in words, create a paragraph for each, and pass the variables in, so now we're going to have author dot book author, okay, And then we're also going to pass in the year that the author wrote this book. Okay, so we're going to have stuff like this: author dot year published. Okay, okay. All right, so let's go over to the browser and see what we have. Oh, bookstore object is not iterable. Oh, so what's the error here? Okay, so let's find out the line of code throwing the error line 9 in views. Okay, request book book author. Okay, so this is where our error is coming. Now let's read to understand. So we're getting that bookstore is not iterable. Okay, so that means we cannot iterate over what we have here. Okay, let's look for how to tackle this bug and get it over with. Okay, so I'm trying to. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm actually running the wrong stuff here. So that wasn't running because it was just an item from the database and not a list of items. So that was what Django was trying to tell me, that the object I tried to pass in is not iterable. Okay, so I'll just close my server and clear this here and run my server again. Okay, so I'm sure we'll be able to get rid of this. Okay, so now we'll have a list of the books. We have the author and the year it was published, the author and the year it was published, and let's check if it's what we have here. So this is what we have here. We have Chinua Achebe, this and this and this. Okay, so let's also try to pass in their names as well. All books, author, yes. Okay, let's also get their names as well. The names of the book they published. Okay, so we're going to do author dot. I'm sure you already know what we're going to do now. Book title. I actually hope that's what we have in the model. Let me confirm. Okay, yeah, it is book title. That's what we have. Okay, so now we'll be able to see the book title outfitted alongside exactly. So this is Chinua Achebe, 1945, Things Fall Apart, and this and this and this. Okay, and these are the available books we have. Okay. Okay, let me comment this line of code. Okay, so that's pretty much it for Django templating. Okay, we can also insert comments. Okay, let's also demonstrate an example for filters. Let's try to just use okay, let me see, book author, and then type title, and also let's include the comments just to also show this. Let's refer to the slide and see how comments are inserted. Okay, so these are how comments are inserted and these are how filters are inserted. And then our variables are passed in like this, and we can also pass in logic into the template like this. So let's say these are comments. Okay, all right, let's refresh and see what we have. Okay, okay, so yeah, we have this, we have this. Oh, um, hmm. Okay, let me send this in here. Okay, so yeah, this is what we have, and what this does actually is it capitalized the first letter of every word. Okay, so we can actually see this here, and we can see that it's just the first name and that is in capital letter, or the last name is in lowercase. But here, because we had used this filter, which is this title, it was able to capitalize everything we have here, making it a title. And then this is a comment, and Django knows not to run that block of code, so we can't find it anywhere here, but we can actually see it in our code, and it's fully present, but it's not showing on the browser. So Django knows once you include this tag that this is a comment, and it has no need for the user to see. And when he sees this, he knows it's a variable, it's a filter. When it sees this, it knows you're passing in a variable, and when it sees this, it knows you're passing in some custom logic into your block of code. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of this class, and I hope we all learned something new. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.